Today's build is going to be the hybrid healer build. Now I'm going to be putting up a full healer build in the future, probably in a couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, let's get into the hybrid build. We're starting off with the technician specialization. For the additional skill tier, the link laser pointer for our Kingbreaker, and also we get the radius and haste buffs for the hive. Our primary gun is going to be the named assault rifle, the Kingbreaker. We've all seen this gun by now. This one's rolled with damage target out of cover. It's also got perfect flatline for that 20% additional damage to pulsed enemies. We've got crit chance, 20 rounds, link laser and crit chance mods on this gun. Our mask is going to be the Fenris mask. This is going to give us the assault rifle damage for the Kingbreaker and also some reload speed. We've got an armor core, crit chance, crit damage and repair skill mod. With the chest piece, we've gone with Alps Summit Armament. It gives us plus 20% repair skills and 20% skill duration with the Ninja Bike unlock. We've got a skill tier, skill haste, repair skills, and repair skill mods. We choose Alps Summits as opposed to Richter and Kaiser because Richter and Kaiser gives us 20% incoming repairs and then also 10% explosive resistance. We don't need the explosive resistance, and incoming repairs works the same as repair skills on your own character. We've gone with the talent Empathic Resolve. Repairing an ally increases the total weapon and skill damage by 1 to 15% for them and 1 to 7% for yourself, depending on your skill tier. That lasts 20 seconds. Now you can go with Unbreakable on this to give yourself a bit more survivability, but it depends on if you're playing solo or with a team. Our holster is going to be the Picaro's holster. We've all seen this before. We're doing it for the additional skill tier unlock plus the armor and weapon core with some crit damage rolled onto that. You also get a bit of skill haste out of that. Our knees are going to be the Future Initiative knees. Obviously with the 2-piece unlock we get the repair skills, we've got a skill tier and repair skills rolled onto this one. For the gloves we've gone with Walker and Harris for that 5% weapon damage and 5% damage to armor. We've got crit chance and crit damage rolled on this. Now I have played around with putting on either a weapon core or a skill tier core or an armor core. I've gone with the armor core because it's given me more survivability. If you go with the skill tier or the weapon core, obviously you're going to get more heals or more damage, but I found that it wasn't really needed, and the additional armor for myself has proved to be better for my survivability. And obviously to wrap it all up, we've got the Ninja Bike Messenger backpack. It comes with all 3 cores, and I've also got a repair skill mod rolled onto that one. Our secondary gun is going to be the Capacitor. This is a good gun, we've talked about this in the past. It comes with damage to armor and health damage, also has some good mods, and the main reason we choose this gun is because we've got those skill tiers on it. We're getting 7.5% additional weapon damage per skill tier, so this gun ends up actually hitting harder than the Kingbreaker in some circumstances. Our pistol is going to be the TDI Card Custom, only for the additional skill tier. This is so that if you're sort of sitting in the back and you want to put more heals onto your team, you can switch to the pistol and throw your heals out like that. I don't personally use it that much, but it is there. Onto our skills, we've got the Healing Hive, which is giving us 194k heals to our friends and to ourselves. This is going to be at a tier 5. We've also got the additional healing, duration and repair charges on the mods. Onto our second one, it's going to be the Reinforcer Chem Launcher. This is going to be doing 526 PvP ally repair, and also over time it's going to be healing 105k. Again, this is tier 5 and we have heal and radius mods on this one. Moving over to our stats, our Kingbreaker is sitting at 48k PvP damage with 32 crits and 81 damage. Now remembering that our crits are going to be low because this is not a full damage build, this is a hybrid healer build. We've got 5% armor damage on this one. As you can see, that goes up to 17% on the Capacitor, which is sitting at 41k damage, with again increased crit damage on this one due to the Capacitor's mods. And if you have a look at the armor, we are sitting at a true 1.5 million armor, so that's nice as well. Moving on to the shooting range to test out the damage numbers on both the Kingbreaker and the Capacitor. While I'm doing that, I just want to mention that I have played around with this for a bit, and the numbers on the damage seem to be changing a little bit. Now, I think this is an issue with Ubisoft, and I think there's some kind of visual bug that's going on, but these numbers that I'm showing at the moment seem to be the most consistent and reliable. Just a quick demonstration of how the heals go with the Hive and the Chem Launcher. Sorry about that, just eating some fried eggs and some coffee. How freaking go to the fried eggs and coffee though? Get on board. Anyway, Remembering that with the chem launcher, we can either throw that straight at our feet just by tapping the button, or you can aim it to shoot it at a distance. For example, if an ally's in a fight and you see them struggling. So let's get into some gameplay and I'll give you some tips and tricks on how to run the build. This build functions best as a support for a team, especially if you're sitting in the one area. You can set down your hive and you've got constant heals coming in while you and your teammate fight off an entire server. You get enough heals out of the build so that your teammates don't have to waste their medkits and they can save them for when they really need them the most. As you can see, we've got skill builders and DPSs going crazy on us and we're still able to survive this onslaught. Now I can see my third teammate coming in, I can see his armor going down. So what I do then, I push in and use the distance from the chem launcher to give him some heals and then cover fire for him. Something to remember is that although the hive will show up for your teammates and they'll see the green circle, the chem launcher will actually be invisible for them, so make sure you let them know if you're shooting chems so they don't miss out like what I just did with my friend here. You can shoot your chems in front of your team so that when they push, they'll also have a healing circle to run into to recover some of the armor they may have lost during the push. Also, the heals will keep you up if you're affected by a status effects build long enough so that you can get a kit off and recover. Unfortunately, if you are focus fired, you've got to remember the heals will not keep you up from that. It's not a face tank build, you still have to strafe around. Despite all that, you can still face tank a bit, especially if you've got a teammate. We're about to do 6v2 here, and we've got people behind us, people in front of us, and people that are flanking around the side. We still manage to take a couple out. We do die just from overwhelming force, but you can see how much the heals keep us up. Without these heals, we probably wouldn't have lasted that long. It's probably worth quickly mentioning that the other team also had heals, flame grenades, and status all coming at us as well. So it just goes to show you how much survivability you can potentially get out of the build. A normal reaction when you're being pushed by a team and you're losing so much armor is to fall back. Unfortunately, when it comes to this build, the fact that I fell back means that I went out of my heals and I've lost any recovering I could have done. A better option would have been to strafe around and get some more heals down. That probably would have kept me alive a lot longer and I may have been able to recover from that fight. And just for shits and giggles, here's a quick demonstration of how the build works in PvE. We've got the Chunga here on the stranded tanker heroic, and I'm just dropping my heals and running around in front of him just to be a bit of a dickhead really. I'm not really trying to kill him, I'm just seeing how long I can last. With a bit of luck, that healer build will keep you out of this place. As always, try the build, let us know what you think, like and subscribe for more content.